If you look at the lugs now, you can see exactly why the old pipe isn't holding. So the one on this side is completely worn and squashed up to the top. This one is worn away completely. So you can probably just about see there, that lug just doesn't exist. So no wonder it's not actually holding in place. And you can see now the new one will actually be working with the clip. This time I've decided I'm actually going to replace the hose. So I bought a new one. From VW it was £65, but I've bought this from an eBay seller, which was only £18.75. So the first stage is to remove the clip that is at the end where the EGR valve is. And this is what holds the pipe on. You look here, that clip is what goes down there and goes on those lugs to actually make sure that it's held in place. The PD130, the pipe I'm trying to replace, is just here, which goes into the EGR valve. The PD150 has a slightly different layout because it's got a front mounted intercooler. There are two wires that go to the coolant bottle, and if you just unclip them from the hard plastic here, that will allow the lifting of this, which will give access for the clamp underneath, and we'll then be able to remove it. I've now managed to get the mole grips on the clip and just moving it around, so that will now come off and allow us to remove the last bit of pipe. Just gently use your screwdriver under here to prise the pipe off. You can see on the new one that is just what clips onto there and goes up to the edge on the hard plastic. I've gone around and loosened it all, and you can see here that that's now spinning, and it's just a case of gently prise that off, and that's the old pipe off. You see old and new, and gives you a chance to see there the way the lugs, that lug is completely worn and that one is virtually worn away completely. One thing we do need to do is just to remove this rubber hose connector which holds the coolant hose on, and we just need to take that off and move it onto the new pipe. So I've just put a little bit of lubrication round, and using the screwdriver, flat-headed screwdriver, just to prise or lift one side of the pipe as I put it in, and it has actually gone on without having to warm it up. Obviously it needs to be quite a tight snug fit so that it doesn't come off, and that seems to have done the trick now. So I'm just going to push it all the way on so it butts up, and then we'll be able to put the clip back in place. You can see on the EGR valve side the two places where the lugs connect in, so you just need to make sure that the pipe is located in the right direction so that the two lugs connect in the right place. And this should be a really nice snug fit, so it will be quite hard to push in, but you could see with the old pipe how loose it was, and that's why it wasn't sitting properly. And you'll also see in the slot where the clip fits in, you'll see the lugs going through there so that you can actually put the clip on in place. And that's now in place. That's nice and snug. Once you've located the pipe, it's then a case of putting the clip back, and the edges of the clip point towards the EGR valve. So just push that on and just locate that into the channel, and you'll see once it's in, it holds across the lugs, and that is now in place. And that pipe is really solid, which it wasn't before. The old one was just wobbling about all over the place. Once the pipe is in place, it's just a case of using the mole grips to locate the clip is now in place. I've put the hose back onto the clip at the top here, connected the other hoses into their clips, and also this electrical connector is clipped onto the hard plastic as well. So everything's now in place, and the last thing we just need to do is put the engine cover on, and then that's the job done.